Welcome to Island Tea with your faves. Keep it locked in with us for your daily dose of hot tea, only on WINNMedia 98.9.
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Island Tea with your faves. Vaughn Anslyn featuring Jade, Gwen, Gwenisha, Gwyneth Paltrow, Edita Johnson.
Morning, guys. Morning. Your turn, Jade. Yeah.
Good morning.
Let's move the mic a little closer.
Good morning.
No, do that again.
Dr. Dan Stock.
Morning, people.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. There we go. Jade's here.
Oh.
Jade's here, everybody.
Yes. Great.
I don't know. You always stress me out. Sorry.
How's everybody doing?
Good we are. Are we good?
Indeed, we are. And forever shall we.
Okay. Then?
Feeling that was a church session.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Is it that?
It is Wednesday, August 11th. Oh. And the time is 8:07 a.m. It is hump day. Hump day.
Hump day.
It is indeed.
Is it that when people talk in all English, we just think church?
Could be.
Possibly.
Sounds
I was going
valid.
to say something, but let me not, because...
Let me ask you a question.
Oh, here we go.
Y'all ever check out any of the other books published by King James?
Nope.
Nope. He published others.
Just Google King James author.
Will I find something that...
No, it just would be interesting. The name of his other publication. Yeah, Kevin Face is like...
What's the name? Give me one of them What's the name of one of them?
Well, there's only one of note. I mean, apart from being the guy who really commissioned the translation of the Hebrew version of the Bible.
Mm-hmm. Good things.
Yeah, good things. He had another book. He had another book.
I'm trying to find it.
Well, interesting.
Oh, demonology?
What?
Demonology. He had another book. Demonology.
How come we don't talk about that one? How come that one just seems...
May know, maybe they ignore that one there.
Maybe because the word demon is in it. You know how they feel about that anyway.
Yeah, demonology.
Oh, what is going on here?
Yeah, Kevin is intrigued. Kevin is intrigued. Oh boy. It's interesting. It's an interesting book.
Well, clearly, because Kevin excited.
Kevin has left the show and is now in class. Literature class.
Oh my gosh.
You want to give Jade some insight?
How would you like to not have us staring at your neck? Thanks.
I'll read the summary of the book. The first text presented here, written by James, is a wide-ranging discussion of witchcraft, necromancy, possession, demons, werewolves, fairies, and ghosts in the form of Socratic dialogue. The second text is a sensational historical account of Scottish witch persecution.
Thrilling read. It's a thrilling read. Trust me.
What is it called? Demonology?
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? It's in parentheses. It's called one of the forgotten books.
Yes.
I wonder why.
You see what? That's what happened when you just got like a big hit like the Bible.
You have to follow it up?
Yeah, it had to follow up. It had to. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Whoa, Nelly.
Look how you're just...
Wow.
Yeah.
Kevin just gone from the show. I'm going to read the book.
Gone.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, that was just a little fun tidbit this morning from Uncle
And our
Royal.
homework.
From Uncle Royal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kevin.
Vibes. Come on.
Kevin!
Oh
Wow.
man.
Can you rejoin us now?
Kevin stuck.
We have things to do.
Oh boy.
Okay.
But while
Let me save this for later.
oh man.
So you do?
What? No, like guys, information is
Important.
key. It's key.
Yes, it is.
It's key. Yeah.
Wow.
Speaking of information,
Well,
Kevin, can you sing
to
that
give you
nice old
some.
song for us?
Uh-oh. Stop it now. Which song? Oh, Tita. I hear you.
This guy.
Well, I'm still recovering from my sinus cold, everyone. So if you hear me sounding a bit raspy, left me alone. So-
People like the raspiness.
It's very radio-ish. So here is your St. Kitts and Nevis COVID-19 situation report as of August 10th, which was yesterday. 6 p.m. Confirmed cases within the last 24 hours stands at 5. Total number of cases is since the beginning of the pandemic is at 625. To split that up for you, St. Kitts has 603 cases, Nevis had 22 cases. Active cases stands at 53, recovered cases at 569, and there were 3 deaths. So,
Okay.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
the number has been sort of like stuck around the 50s.
Yeah, it
which
seems
is,
to go over
I
and
would
come
prefer
back
if it be 0. I would prefer it be 0, but you know, I don't think that's a very bad number to be at, you know?
No.
Manageable.
Yep.
I mean, like, again, one of the big tellers for me when it's time to like totally just panic and scream and run away would be hospitalizations. So I think they've been able to
Alright.
manage. They've been managing that. The health system doesn't seem to be overwhelmed.
Thankfully.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of like my cue to just be like, it's over. But yeah, we haven't gotten there, and hopefully we don't get there.
Yeah. I actually was looking at some Very interesting videos. As you might know, you don't watch these already.
What?
Yeah, I know. It was about the possibility of corona being made in a lab, which I feel like I've been saying for a while. Like
I haven't really watched a lot of those videos. So you might gotta send me.
Oh,
But
yeah.
but I look. My whole thing was right. Let's put it this way. Let's say back in the early 90s here in St. Kitts, somebody was like, "Bye, what going on with all this sugar, bye, in St. Kitts? What going on with all this sugar, like?" And you say, "Sugar cane? No, like actual sugar." The question for me would have been, but bro, you're in a place called Sugar City, you ain't see all the cane all around.
What did you expect? Dirt?
So, if there's a place, right, where you have an outbreak of what is called the novel coronavirus, and in that same place, there's actually a place called the novel coronavirus lab. like that's the actual name of the lab,
Yeah.
the novel coronavirus lab. I have an outbreak of the virus, but then you tell me it happened in the market?
Yeah, so apparently, right, before all of this got huge, they were doing some research, and apparently the researchers got sick, and this was early before, like, things started spreading, before they started to say it come from a bat and all of these things.
Before the world imploded?
Yeah. So some of the workers got sick and they went to the hospital, and China realized, like, okay, something is wrong. So they started buying up a lot of the N90, what the mask them called?
N95?
Yeah, the N95 masks and all of these things. And the bat that they claimed the virus came from essentially isn't found in that side of the China, of the Chinese world. It's actually found in another part. So that was like, well, if this bat is so prevalent in this part of the world, how come it ain't start there? How come it start in a market? And they literally cannot find the bat species, the bat that they said started corona. Like, they cannot find the origin from the animal that they said started corona. And they said that the way that the virus was just hopping person to person without having any, like, it didn't start like, small, it just started hopping person to person, that it feels like it was made in a lab and possibly got transmitted from a person to another person. So it's like the workers get sick and then it started spreading, but they didn't want to say, well, we was doing some stuff that we probably shouldn't have been doing, and now this happened.
Well, I think part of the thing for me too is that whether or not that is what happened, at this point, like, it's obvious that there was information that was being withheld from the public. And so like it's like that then sparks all this interest in the conspiracies, because at that point, okay, we're really, why is true from why ain't true, why you leave out from why you ain't leave out, why you put in from why you ain't put in.
Yeah,
like,
apparently China left out a lot. They didn't tell us a lot, and the fact that when the
I don't even think China is I think China is one cog in the wheel.
Yeah, because the World Health Organization was
Yeah.
involved as well in withholding some stuff, apparently.
The same. The Fauci emails come out.
Well, that too.
Everybody.
And
Yeah,
they
the
keep
Fauci
asking
emails
him,
come
like, so what were you funding if you weren't funding this? What
I
exactly
think
were you funding?
it all kind of boils down to the fact that everybody was involved, but now it's just like, who are we going to scapegoat?
But not only that, you can't scapegoat anybody. You know why? Because the persons who are charged with managing the pandemic are probably the same people who started.
Exactly. That's why it's this giant battle. Like, I'm involved. I'm a major role player, but this thing has gone way beyond what we thought it would be. So no,
Yeah.
I can't tell you I was involved. So let me try to blame you quick before you blame me.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if any blame being thing. It's just kind of like,
Yeah, it's not a blame thing. It's more
it's just like just not really. I think it's the opposite. I think it's a non-blame game. Like, there's no one here to blame. It just kind of happened. Yeah.
No,
But it really
It
just gonna happen. But they can't just come out and say that, like, I guess a year and a half later, because jailing it. But yeah,
Let me ask you all a question, right? Why is it that? And this only come up because, like, I hear thinking about, like, rights and all of these things. You see how all this information is obviously withheld and all of that and thing, right? And people tend to, depending on maybe the direction the breeze blowing that day, either feel like, authority should be transparent and accountable and all these things, and then tomorrow go, no, they got to keep something so much they can't tell us everything.
who does say that?
Okay, Jade.
If I want the government to lie the truth, are different. Because I want the truth. I want to know if the world is going to end tomorrow, so I can stop the bills and all these things. Don't lie. Don't lie and hide things from me. Tell me. Okay? Tell us. We're big people.
Yeah, so that's one thing. But then at the same time, these same people turn around, and when people raise a stink about being tracked, being followed, people going into your email and your thing and so, go like, but that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing, that ain't a big thing.
I mean, that does give them permission anyway, because they don't read the terms and conditions when they download these apps. They just hit accept. So now all your news on the word.
So I don't understand. I don't understand how. Yeah. But then again, like I was saying, when it was on Monday, like people don't really think about their positions. It's just, I think a lot of people are just kind of, that's what kind of jiggy right now, kind of hot. And we just kind of go with that there. That's the hot topic, and we just kind of go with that there. Yeah. Kind of weird to me, but it is what it is.
Moral of the story, don't let nothing else leak out them labs that y'all working in, please. Y'all gonna end the world accidentally.
Moral of the story is, stop trying to mutate the virus them.
You think they're gonna stop doing that as them? No, they won't. You are one of them who keep telling me, the reason they keep playing with these mummies and all these things is for research purposes. So that is what they're going to use it as, research purposes. They're trying to mutate the viruses for research purposes.
Yeah.
They just happen to leak, and now the world going to end. So
all this talk about
see, I tell you, nobody to read them.
Yeah.
The government got all information locked in.
Yeah. But then there's sometimes when you don't actually give any permission, and then people...
still get, man.
No. People support it. Like, all the cameras them that they're trying to put up around town right now, and all around Kayan and so. Like, there's people who literally feel like, yeah, that's cool, because, the argument does be, me a criminal, so me ain't care.
Okay. Yeah, the criminal until he's a criminal.
I can't remember the author of this quote. It might have been Snowden. This sounds like a Snowden thing. But I think it was Snowden was saying privacy isn't needed because I'm not a criminal. It's like saying freedom of speech isn't necessary because I don't have anything to say.
Yeah, that's kind of ridiculous. Not even kind of, that is ridiculous.
Yeah, so remember I had a caller the other day calling here talking about
Put more cameras
and privacy ain't really a thing because if you ain't got nothing to hide.
Yeah, that's not how it works, man.
See, the problem I have with all of this what's going on, and this is why I keep saying, somebody needs to tell me where the lines are.
Well, as in we've been asking for
Where do we draw the
these
line?
lines for weeks upon weeks upon weeks. Not a soul come tell you nothing. Okay?
Right. So but the issue for me is...
Oh, you know what? Let me do something quick because let me check this St. Christopher Nevis police force page to see if they say anything about officers slapping citizens. But continue.
Oh, yeah. We'll search in vain for that.
You never know what you're doing over there for. There's nothing been put
I just
out.
want to check to make sure.
Okay, right. But, what was I saying? I forget now.
Cameras, privacy.
Yeah, I remember that part. Yeah. I was going on a different road.
Oh.
But anyway, yeah, I think we're gonna have to really figure out what our like the lines. I was talking about the lines. So I was talking to somebody this a few weeks ago. I think it was actually sparked by. They're coming like a regular thing.
Oh, nothing there. Just wanted to let you know.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you. Thanks for that update. But yeah, so it's like I've been asking about these lines, and then I end up talking to somebody, and he was like, "Bro, like it don't matter. It don't matter because we like same kind of energy. Me ain't got nothing to hide, so me ain't care who watch me, who whatever." I said the problem is that when you give traditionally throughout human history, when you give governments certain powers, it don't matter what the circumstances. You don't get it back. I said, for instance, we can't just say that this is impossible. Like to me, I lived through 2018 into 2019 into 2020 into 2021.
Almost 2022.
From my experience, there is nothing now that is impossible.
Right.
Let me ask you a question. If I were to tell you that the government officials come into your house at random times to do wellness checks and ensure that you're not doing anything that would harm the greater population. Like they just come in and just check your house
on a random Tuesday.
Yeah, on a random Tuesday. Like does that sound crazy?
No.
It only don't sound crazy because we lived through 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021.
Not only that, North and South Korea exist. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think people don't recognize like.
You think the bug? You think the bug with phone?
Who is there?
Whoever they be. You think
I need to know who there is. You cannot. The answer changes depending on who there is.
The people in charge.
Well, no.
No, you think so?
No.
Okay. You think the government on bug with phone?
So now you're talking about the government. That's a different thing.
That's the people in charge?
No, it's not.
So who in charge?
We don't even.
Wait, no, who in charge?
We don't even. No, but we don't even have sovereignty here. You can't tell me the government is the people in charge when the government does pledge allegiance to the Queen and her successors.
So you think the Queen on bug with phone?
The Queen probably can if she needed, if she wanted to.
What I think is the takeaway here is that she can if she wanted to, and she can if she wanted to, and I'm pretty sure her minions have made it possible to do so.
Too easy. Too easy. And the problem, you know, the bigger problem is that if they were to do that, there'd be people who would clap and say yes.
Bug them, yes.
Bug mine too because me ain't got nothing to hide.
Bug mine too. I don't say they don't doing it. The fact that y'all don't read the fine print on these apps. And then y'all wonder why if y'all talk about a toaster, y'all go on y'all phone and toaster pop up.
Y'all ever take your time out to actually read terms and conditions?
Yeah. On some apps, especially like Facebook and stuff. Man, if I've read it
if you
full,
ever have to read
I've never read one in full.
Not in full, but I know.
No, I have.
Okay, so tell us
I don't
some
remember
stuff.
what it was for. But I read the terms and conditions and I was just like, what?
Yeah, boy. Some things in there.
The thing is, they straight up tell you what you're signing up for.
Yeah.
But they have to. They kind of have to.
Yeah, they have to be.
And the thing is
y'all just don't read it.
Nobody read it, so you're tapping and you're accepting to it, you know.
They literally just tell you that they want when you accept this, they have full reign to your contacts, to your data, to the things that you go to
and that they're
watch
sharing
and
it with
read.
whoever and sharing it with this person.
Yeah, like they literally go with all the information on your phone.
Whoa.
But it's improving that they're doing things that even with all of that still illegal. Like that's the funny thing about it.
Yeah, man.
Like they're doing things still that don't even cover.
Well, duh. Why wouldn't they? I mean,
It's more like you agreed. It didn't say it's right, but you agreed.
yeah. So now whatever happen. So when you're talking about your fresh air fryer that you see in Rams, and then you go on your phone and that air fryer pop up.
This is the problem. I don't think this, and this is what I think people don't recognize. we speak here all the time about how, like, for instance, your internet searches are affected by your biases. So me and Jade could search the exact same phrase and get different results, and get articles that reinforce our biases. Those biases are known by the algorithm based on them creating this profile and past searches, stuff that we spend a lot of time on, etc., etc., etc. So now, it used to be this, like, I think the phone listening to me now. when you get email about something and then you see all the ads on the side with it. No, we know that that's happening.
Yeah.
So we know that's happening.
That's a fact.
And so when we see it, we go, oh, yeah, the algorithm and the AI reading all my stuff. That's not the dangerous part. The dangerous part is when you stop recognizing that it's doing it. You don't realize, like, you could literally control the entire world by just sending certain information to people.
Yeah.
No, so it's happening now, but we could see it, like, we know, oh, okay, well, like, you're sending me this because I searched for this, or I was on Instagram and this ad come up, and
Sometimes
now the ad.
You don't even search for nothing. Sometimes you literally just talk about something and it pops up.
No, okay. You think you talk about it.
No, you know you talk about it.
Jade, no, what I'm saying is, yeah, you spoke about it, but you think you just talk about it. It ain't that you just talk about it. All them thoughts planted in your head by something that you saw. So you're reacting to something. We all reactionary. We all connected, right? So something going on. But the AI getting so smart now that you think you had that thought originally, you didn't. And that's the problem. When the algorithms get so smart that we no longer recognize that it's affecting us, then we think the thoughts that we are thinking are our own, when really they're not.
I start over the simulation.
So all the people them that feel like it's okay because when me ain't doing nothing, oh, me ain't on a child phone on my phone, so they me in cave they look.
Oh, it's more than that, man.
You don't recognize, like, what's happening. Like, you don't recognize you're just okaying your own manipulation.
Basically.
Precisely.
They're gonna assassinate us, you know.
No.
You think so?
No.
No, it's too much work, Jade.
Come on.
Too much work.
Like, I hear people do this all the time, like, they're just they're thinking about whatever on the phone. No, I said, dude, that was planted. It's not a coincidence. Like, the thought that you think happened originally, you were scrolling Instagram and talking to your friend, and you realize that you just saw this subconsciously. Like, you didn't know.
Let's use shoes as an example. I could have scrolled on Instagram and I saw this pair of shoes and I liked them, but I didn't really action the thought. Then a few hours later, I'm like, oh, I want a new pair of shoes. And then I'm like, yeah, I remember these shoes I like. And I go click on the same shoes that I saw earlier, thinking that is my thought, my fresh thought. It's been there.
Yeah, I think
it's been triggered a long time ago.
Yeah, I think we don't recognize that it's happening. So we start. So what we are, in other words, we already start doing it. We already start disconnecting the stimulus from our own thoughts, and then thinking that the thoughts are our own. Like, it's not coincidence. It's not like a coincidence. Like, you're talking to a friend somewhere about something, and then you go back on your phone and it's there. Like, it's not. That was planted 3-6 hours ago. And you didn't recognize that you were being manipulated. It's like toxic women.
What?
Oh, nope, done.
The manipulators, Jade. The manipulators.
Answer the phone.
The men don't even know they're being manipulated.
Answer the phone. Because you're going over here, and I don't see me and Witty going to thump you.
Witty would never. Morning, Witty. Okay. Maybe we have a caller though, guys. Caller, good morning. Kevin gone. Caller, good morning. You're live on LNT. Well, perhaps not. But feel free to call back.
Man, I understand how Adam get up. Anyway, Kevin, what else we have on the agenda here? Cause I don't know how.
We're talking about manipulation.
Yeah, I know. Kevin, unpress your lips and proceed, please.
Kevin seems to be afraid to tread.
All right, so next, oh boy, from Jade's Picks, The Delta variant is forcing new entry protocols in some Caribbean islands. So with the Delta variant of the COVID-19 virus causing a fourth wave throughout many countries, Caribbean islands continue to update their entry protocols to protect the citizens. Below are some of the latest updates, but please do your own research and check all of the information before you decide to get up and travel, because they will turn your back. The Bahamas. Oh, this is long, Jade. Let's talk about St. Kitts alone then.
Yeah.
So St. Kitts and Nevis has further extended its travel advisory for travelers arriving from the UK, Brazil, India, and South Africa from July 19th, 2021 until August 31st, 2021.
Pause.
You're gonna let me finish?
No, pause.
Well, lad.
This is a question that is being asked by everybody, right? We have travel bans from South America, African nations, and the UK, right? We have no travel ban from the US.
Me no way.
And Delta up there just like
Chillin'?
Delta having spring break
What do you mean?
in America.
The grip America got on the Caribbean is ridiculous.
It's
And I just need somebody to say what's going on.
Because if these other countries have Delta variant, the Delta variant.
This is
and
a
it's
prime.
running.
This is a prime example of you can't bite the hand that is feeds you kind of thing.
No, they need to bite it, because like you literally seeing the Delta variant run wild in America. So why are you only banning other countries, but that one?
And it feels like let's just do something. It's just to say we're doing something.
Yeah, but you're doing something, but you're doing the if you're gonna do it. Don't just halfway do it, because that's not protecting us.
Big up the flight that I come from Brazil every week. Oh man, I'm laying on.
Oh,
My bad.
you frightened me. I just gonna say what?
Well,
Hold
on,
right. So
hold on.
people from
Hold on. Just before we continue again, Kevin, because I want to be clear. Say the countries that we have the travel advisories from again.
the travel advisories for St. Kitts and Nevis are countries with the travel advisories for travelers arriving from UK, Brazil, India, and South Africa.
Yeah, the South
This is
African
St.
flight.
Kitts and
The
Nevis.
South African flight. There's got a lot of people too.
The one on Wednesday?
Yeah.
Yeah, but even an Indian flight, wow.
I think that one probably like a Friday. Every other Friday.
Every other Friday, Abby.
Yeah.
Man, them direct routes suffering.
Right. Them direct travels from these countries that do not come here on a straight flight every week.
I just need an explanation. That's all. Like that's all. Just give me the explanation. Like I just
There
don't.
is none.
No. There might be. I could just be ignorant. Like I recognize that I am not necessarily the sweetest piece of cane in the field.
Yeah,
Speak for
the
yourself.
boy is bulb in the box.
So somebody could just enlighten me. Like, please, leave me of my ignorance.
I don't understand. I really don't understand. They keep saying Delta variant is coming for us and all of these things. Yeah, he come in.
Which is true.
He
Yeah.
come in because he got a straight flight. Straight flight from the US.
Yeah.
Love to see it. Love to see it. Anywho, so people, y'all don't anticipate any flights from India, South America,
South Africa,
South Africa,
the UK.
the UK. Don't anticipate those flights, okay? Yes.
Anyway, let me finish the article for the countries that don't come to us. So people for the aforementioned destinations are advised not to travel to St. Kitts and Nevis at this time, as entry to the Federation would be denied. Citizens and residents of St. Kitts and Nevis who are arriving from any of these countries must process their travel requests through the online platform at knatravelform.kn. Those who have been fully vaccinated for 2 weeks or more prior to their arrival will be required to quarantine for 4 days. Oh, they changed it to 4 now.
Oh.
Change the word into 4 now. Love to see it.
Yeah, because they realized the three thing.
No, but not only that.
It was not. It was wrongly worded.
But
it
not
was
only
misleading.
Not only that, but bear in mind that saying 3 when actually, for a lot of people, was really equating to 5.
Yeah.
Was kind of rough.
So 4, I guess, is the balance.
So 4 is the balance.
Yeah.
Like,
Because you quarantine for 3, test on 4 while still in quarantine, and if you get your results the same day, you're released. If not, you're released on day 5.
Yeah.
3 and 5 is fine.
3 and 5 3 and 5 is actually far. But yeah, I'm happy at least they moved it to 4, so it's a little more.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't
So,
know. What I think need to happen is, you could keep the 4, but I think when you make your travel plans, they need to let you know when you should expect.
That's what I'm saying.
That's all.
Where is the disclaimer?
I'll give it.
Make a disclaimer.
I'll give you the example. Right? Wait, this man know what to be doing here.
You know.
Anyway. So, so for instance, I had a family member who came in on a flight last Wednesday. Right? No, this person would have been told 3 days. So somebody would suspect that you would then have to book your hotel for 3 days, right? But because my family member is smarter than I am, they would have booked for 4 days, right? So they're thinking, okay, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, right? First thing is, you come in on Wednesday at 1 o'clock. Your first day is actually Thursday. That's the first thing. Wednesday apparently don't count.
No.
Even though the hotel count in the Wednesday, right?
No, study that.
I mean,
I'll put you in the lobby till the next day.
So okay, so the Wednesday don't count. So okay, Thursday now. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So they say test on the 4th day, right? And it should be released. Sunday, the labs don't operate on Sunday.
They've been telling us.
So you come in on Wednesday. You actually don't get out until Monday, if you're lucky.
If you're lucky. If you
So
are lucky.
your presented 3 day has been doubled to 6.
Well.
And you didn't know. So your credit card's getting billed for nothing.
I feel like they could just say between 4 to 6 days is the quarantine.
No, what I think is fair is for them to put a proper disclaimer of what happens.
Right. If you come, yes, that's all. Describe the process so people know how to operate.
Describe the process. Entry on whatever. It is very clear. Labs are not open. A simple disclaimer could be labs are not open on Sundays. If your final quarantine day lands on a Sunday, you will not receive results until the following day.
Yeah.
That lets me know that I'm gonna be in quarantine for an extra day. Don't surprise me and my credit card.
Boy, I got sometimes.
Anyway, a lot of people getting catch with that, eh?
Yeah, boy.
And then I'll be calling up friends and family, but hey,
I need
this, yeah. You could more bank me.
like a 20. I need to buy some wings from Bobsy's for me extra there, so help me.
Bobsy's? You better go pay the hotel. But guys, we have a call on the line. Caller, good morning. You're live on Island T. What's up?
Good morning, ladies. Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Thank you for the program this morning. Concerning the manipulation of mind and things that we see on the internet and the way that ministers and government behave to the people and slowly drying away and take away one's right. They don't really see these things until they leave that chair. The ministers of government, the laws they put, and the taxes that they increase, they don't really recognize them until they are not ministers of government anymore. Police officers don't recognize the things that they do to people until they leave the force and they come back to civilians. They forget that they are twice civilian and one time police. And so when they come back to civilian, it's very difficult for them to fit into the place where they once were. And so therefore, having these things shoved to them and pushed to them, they look and they recognize, what? Is this used to happen? I mean, serious? It's like you get something that you will not see until you leave that chair and hosting. If you look back at some of the program and you see how you handle them, you'll be able to say, hey, if I had another opportunity, I'll do it different. And I'll do it for the betterment, not only for me and for the whole and for the public of which I speak to. And rather than speaking at the public, I will speak with them and to them and not at them. And so if we start speaking to each other rather than at each other, we will be in a better position to learn more from each other. Thank you very much for the program.
All right, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that part, but okay. I feel like they're fully aware of what they do while they're doing it and the repercussions it may have on whoever they do it to. So I don't think they wait until they're not in that position to then realize, okay, well, maybe these weren't the best. Like, I can't agree.
No, I just think depending on your position, you have a different agenda, right? And different perspectives and different goals, and you operate based on the goals. So yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah, I think they're just in that chair, and being in that chair, like, it may be important. For instance, right? Let's bring this home to something right here in St. Kitts. For all the people who feel like these things that they implement don't really bother us. Anybody here would agree that victimization is a problem.
For years.
Right? Victimization is a problem. What if you were told that by the government reading your phone and the stuff in your phone to try and avoid civil unrest?
Thank you.
So they do it. They want to try and avoid civil unrest, so they're using your phone. People say, well, me not terrorist, so me studying that there. But the problem is, like, you got to read everything to know if civil unrest happening.
So all the text between you and the people and boyfriend and girlfriend.
But not only that. So imagine now, in a place where victimization is a thing, you have a government that's able to read your messages, and you expect governments to not use that information to perpetuate even more victimization.
Yes.
So in other words, you have to understand the powers that we give all the time isn't used for what we gave it for. And so when people just go, yeah, man, no problem, no problem. Like, I think that's dangerous. And the problem, like I saying, is governments do not give back power once they've got it. Power is a very intoxicating thing.
Why would they?
Power is a very intoxicating thing. So you gotta be careful. Is it necessary? Is it necessary that in order for society to run, we need to have collaboration between citizens and information shared and stuff like that? Yeah, definitely. But we have to also recognize the value of the information, the value of our privacy. People don't value the privacy. People do not value the privacy. Somebody would literally come over to your house unannounced, and you'd be like, bye. Can't let this person go in my room right now, but my room kind of dirty. My room kind of dirty right now. And then when a person leave, go do a TikTok in the same dirty room.
Oh dear.
People don't value their privacy.
Yeah,
That's what I don't understand. A lot of people just like they just broadcast the spaces, and then when you have to comment, if somebody make a comment on the space, how you know what you watching my bedroom for? How you know my bedroom look? Because it's all over your pictures.
Yeah, that's always been something very strange to me. How people willingly get on the internet and show their living quarters, show where their address, like show all the personal stuff that you probably shouldn't show because yes, and everybody have terrible intentions, but there are some people out there just literally looking to see, okay, well, this is where the person lives. This is
the danger that people put themselves in. Okay,
they don't realize.
I have had to message people on Facebook. For doing things that they thought was something that they boast about on Facebook. For instance, there was this one lady. Her and her husband were going out to dinner. She had young children. This was the first time they were going to be left alone while the parents went out for dinner. Now,
here we go.
Can you leave a 16-year-old home with a 13-year-old or 12-year-old or 8-year-old? Yeah, perhaps, yeah. But why do you have to broadcast that on Facebook? That's
Yeah.
exactly what happened, you know. She's
You
like,
shouldn't.
oh, I'm so proud of my kids because they're staying home alone tonight.
Yeah, so then now like all the thieves and robbers know that this children at home.
The
So
thieves
it's like,
them probably like the ears probably perked up and was like, yeah.
Main here about this story, this happened in St. Kitts. Like literally, we had to have a conversation with the lady. I was like, Miss, you didn't recognize what you were doing.
You're
You just,
literally putting yourself in so much
Yeah.
danger.
and the problem I have is for what?
For social media.
For likes?
Yes, people have this way that they do
clicks
not
and taps.
realize the danger they put themselves in using social media. People hop on social media on a day-to-day basis and overshare. They overshare with their money, they overshare with their family life, they overshare with their problems. Listen, people on social media snitching on themselves. The police just watching and writing down, okay, you got a weed patch, okay, yeah. This is why it be because I could see in the background
Jade,
where you're walking. Like,
this happened to a local
keep doing this?
this happened to a local singer
I,
right
know,
here.
I
with-
remember. That's
with
easy I'm talking about.
a local singer early morning gone live.
Facebook Live.
Facebook Live.
Listen,
talking to
man.
his fans on his way to his weed patch.
And I literally clicked on this video and said, oh, so we sell snitching now.
I got to
Okay.
call this man. I said, yo, come off live, please.
I don't understand it either. I don't know why or how we got here, but
See, the thing is irresponsible behavior all around. We're irresponsible with what we consume, and we irresponsible with what we share. A lot of people, and I think because of how social media developed, and it develops so fast, and you just kind of get involved for whatever perceived positives you could get out of it. Nobody, for instance, why schools don't teach like internet etiquette and how to remain safe? Remember,
because we still stuck on paper.
oh yeah, you're right. But remember how everybody used to just be downloading viruses on their computer? You had like a 2 years.
LimeWire.
You had like a 2 years. Everybody just downloading viruses on their
What
computer.
the other one was? LimeWire and what?
You had Beer Shear. You had a bunch of them.
And you had Pirate Bay. You had Pirate Bay.
You try download one little Tanya Stevens song, your whole computer got virus.
But hey, watch it, right? That happened to me a time.
See?
That happened to me a time, right? It's small. I downloaded a virus on my father's computer, but that was not a good day.
See?
That was not a good day. It took me about, oh my God, me don't want to go through that again.
You troubled?
But it's traumatized. But guys, we have a call on the line. Caller, good morning, you're live on LNT.
Good morning, guys. How you all doing?
Morning.
In the first conversation, I don't know if you are old enough to know this song. There was a song years ago, and it was money, 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 money. You just got to have it. Y'all remember the song?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Come back to the now conversation. You know when somebody don't know how to use a gun, they look down the barrel and pull the trigger?
Yep.
That's what happened to a lot of people. They, as you mentioned, the guy on his way to do his private business and he making it public.
I like how you put that.
Yeah, because no, a lot of people does it. A friend of mine, her never did the same thing. He patch and posing pictures live. In he patch and posing pictures live. In he patch. Seriously. In he patch and posing pictures. Like, the way I look at it is that you just get your pistol and you look down the barrel, you load it, look down the barrel and pull the trigger.
Yep.
Anyway, I continue listening.
Yeah,
Have a good day.
That was the perfect analogy, boy. Because y'all just be doing some things that just make me wonder. Like, why would you do that? Like, why would you think, right? Because one, you know what you're doing is an illegal act. Because, well, decriminalized depending on, But before, it was a illegal act. So why would you then decide, you know what, let me go up in my patch, go pose. So they could see all the background, they could see bruh, you're going to jail.
It's also like a clout thing too, because it's like, look at me doing this bad thing, like that's me doing it kind of thing too.
Why?
Why not? I guess that's it. That's the easier question to answer.
Let's give anyway.
Yeah. I think people have to understand, and there's these catchwords, there's these catchphrases that people use, and I always will be like, you're not really seeing what you're talking about. Like, you know, everybody got, you have to use your platform responsibly. Be responsible with your platform. And that basically mean don't say nothing offensive. I'd be like, no, what that means is stop share your business up and on the place.
Yes.
And stop just read anything from any source up and on the place.
And share them. Stop just reading headlines and then running with it.
Yeah.
That's how you be responsible. But you know, you know. Hui.
People, Google firewall. Learn what firewall is.
People, listen to
People,
Somebody all need to. Let's talk about cybersecurity.
On that note, yes, no, yes?
Yes. That's the new social security remix.
That's a hit. But guys, we have another caller. Caller, good morning, 11 Island T.
Greetings, Island T. Love in the house. Blessed love in the house. Okay, let's reason. A few programs ago, we heard the sound. The reason went on say, okay, concerning the vaccine. All right, it is my right not to take the vaccine, right?
Yes.
It is also the right of my boss to say, I don't want no unvaccinated people working for me, right? No, let us examine the latter. So that means termination of my job. Now, is it fair to terminate me, to turn me away from my job, if there is other options? If there is other options, why terminate me from my job? Options such as non-pharmaceutical measures, if I wear my mask, if I sanitize, if I etc., right? If testing is to go on, I do my testing, right? So the point I am making is, why just termination? Why not explore the other options with me as a worker? Is it fair to just say, okay, you are unvaccinated, so go home? Is it fair?